Go to my pal, Michael Steele. Michael Steele, is it possible? I was reading some notes that I think you talked to somebody. You actually are going to tell me that in all these primaries, economic positions don't matter, other positions, it's all about personalities and resentments, that the policies of these candidates don't matter, Michael Steele? Say it isn't so. Say that's a total misquote. Say that's not possible from such a smart guy.
Time out, bro. Time out. No. First off, congratulations to Herman and his support for Newton, his team. And I'm sure I'll extend early congratulations to the Romney campaign for the success they had tonight. But to your point about the economic issues, no, economic issues do matter, but there is a confluence of events and circumstances that sort of start with the idea of gelling around the personality, the person. How do I feel about this candidate? The reality of it is, you know, when you look at this race, Herman Cain was really the only one who really kind of captured the imagination along with capturing his personality with his 999 plan. You have not seen that with the Romney campaign. You haven't seen it with the Gingrich campaign, nor have you seen it with Santorum. So it doesn't mean that the economic issues don't matter, Larry. It's just that in the case of a Herman Cain, you saw a synergy between his personality, how people felt about him, and how he was effective in tying that to his signature issue. I think that that's something that a Mitt Romney, should he be the nominee, will have to do almost immediately to put a lot of this other crazy noise about contraception and women's rights and all this other crazy stuff that we've gotten off on, so that we can get back to the core discussion of this country, because it doesn't matter if you'll be able to get access to good health care if you can't afford it, and that's the gist of the economic argument.
Well, let me just say, there is only one Herman Cain, after all. But I want to go to Kevin Madden, because, Kevin, I think you just got dissed with a light, deft touch by Michael Steele, who's basically saying that your man, Governor Romney, with all of his economic plans, has not captured the economic zeitgeist, the economic spirit, Kevin. And I want to get your response to that, Michael Steele. Did you see the feint? And then he had a crossover punch. Yeah. It's really extraordinary how he does that. It's extraordinary how Mr. Steele does that. Kevin, please react.
Well, look, there's a reason Mitt Romney is still in the race, and there's a reason that Mitt Romney has the most delegates. It's because he is focused on the economy. Look, a lot of voters right now feel that they're overtaxed. A lot of voters feel that Washington is spending too much money, and they feel that there's not enough of a reform element in Washington, D.C. The reason Governor Romney is doing so well in places like Ohio, like Virginia tonight, like some of the suburbs in places like Atlanta, and all these other states like Florida that are going to be, and Michigan, that are going to be critical to winning in a general election. Governor Romney is winning those voters because he's focused on the economy, he's focused on cutting spending, he's focused on economic growth, and he's focused on reforms to our entitlements, which are really hurting our ability to grow our economy. So I think I would respectfully disagree. I think the reason you're seeing this success tonight is because Governor Romney's doing exactly what Chairman Steele wants to see out of a Republican nominee. Focus on the economy, jobs, economic growth.
Herman Cain, as a Gingrich supporter, do you have a problem with Mitt Romney's economics plan, his new 20% across-the-board reduction in marginal tax rates, his corporate tax? You got a problem with that plan?
It doesn't matter whether I have a problem with it or not. It matters whether or not the American people get it. Now, with all due respect, let me say this first of all. Whoever gets the nomination, Kevin, I will support them, okay? Let's make that clear. But when I talk to real people out here, they don't know what Governor Romney's plan is. It's not specific enough. You say he's talking about the economy, but this has been one of my big criticisms of all of the candidates, and Newt Gingrich, with all due respect, even though I am supporting and endorsing him, has been the one to get more specific. Take a message back to Governor Romney from me. Get more specific and talk about improving the economy in terms that the average person can understand.
Kevin, that's a vicious problem, Kevin Madden, that's a vicious uppercut. You must respond. He's double-teaming you. You got Michael Steele on one side and Herman Cain on the other. They're two of the best in the business, Kevin. I can't believe how much heavy lifting you're having to do this evening.
Don't hit a guy with glasses. Look, you want specifics. Governor Romney had a 59-point plan at the beginning of this campaign that he released with all of the points about what he would do to jumpstart the economy on day one. And since then, I think he's been very strong in distilling that message for the American public in 3 main points. First, a 20% across-the-board tax cut. Second, cutting spending, cut, cap, and balance our federal budget. And third, entitlement reform, the reforms that we need in order to get our fiscal balance in order. And I think because of that, because he's distilled down that message, it is resonating with voters, and that's why you're seeing him win, and potentially in places like Ohio tonight, but why he's won in really important states like Michigan and Florida.
Hang on, Kevin.
I think it has something to do with how much money he spent.
I just want to announce NBC News has declared Mitt Romney as the projected winner in Vermont and its GOP primary. This is not earth-shattering news, but I am compelled to report that news. Michael Steele, you want to jump in? Kevin Madden has given a very spirited defense of Romney's economic plan. What's your take, Michael Steele?
And Kevin is, I've always been a big admirer of Kevin, and he's right. I mean, and what he said is exactly correct, and I agree with that, and I appreciate Romney's plan, and I think it's something that the country will need after 4 years of Obama. But my only point is one more of how we sort of get this energy building sooner rather than later around an idea. So if you could take those 3 points, Kevin, and distill it to 999. In other words, something people, when they say the word or the 2 or 3 words that sum up the whole thing, everyone gets it. That's the piece that I think is missing. Yeah, it's kind of campy and it's low politics, but it's the kind of effective politics that helps, I think, inoculate you when all the other craziness starts, because you just swing back to that point.
I must leave it there. We've got a crowd agenda. You're all terrific. Michael Steele, thank you very much. Herman Cain, thank you. And Kevin Madden, you toughed it out, buddy. Thank you for staying with us.
Great to be with you guys.
Larry.
All right, let's go back and do a